Hello, I'm Image. Welcome back to the Hyperconnected Dawn of War Double Elimination Seeded Random Race Tournament. We are in the Extraordinary Qualifier round, getting IceDevJoe in. This is his second qualifier round. Once again, he came in a bit late to the tournament, so he is having his rounds back-to-back at the end of the qualifiers here. Let's jump in and see his second match. Alright, he has gotten the Blood Angels once again, and is up against... Ooh, he is up against another Space Marine opponent. This will be a very interesting match. It's the third mirror match that we've seen in the qualifier rounds thus far, with the first two both, of course, being Karyanka. Bit of
Scouts reporting for
crazy
duty.
odds there to get two mirror matches in your qualifiers, but IceDevJoe is getting a qualifier for his second round. So let's see, he has immediately moved his scouts out to grab a strategic point. Excellent move there, getting on top of things a little bit faster than he did on his first qualifier round. Getting another Scout Marine squad built.
For duty.
Now his Servitor is not building anything yet. Again, this is something that we saw happen in the first qualifier round for him just shortly ago. He fell behind a bit in unit production because he didn't get his chapel barracks down very quickly, or in fact any buildings at all. So he's not even getting the energy resource that he'd be getting if he'd been focusing on power generators. Meanwhile, his opponent has gotten the chapel barracks down and almost has a squad of tactical marines on already.
Scouts reporting for
they're
duty.
also building a plasma generator. Let's see, we've got one strategic point grabbed for IceDevJoe, and he's moving up to grab a second one. His servitors still have not started building anything. Another important reason to get your chapel barracks down is that it does also unlock the ability to build your bolter turret defensive buildings. So if you're worried about a quick rush of enemy units, getting your chapel barracks down will allow you to build your defensive buildings. So an important step to go through. He is doing a much better job of getting his points captured. He's got two of them down already. Actually abandoned the third one. That was unfortunate. It was almost done there. He really should have left those units there to finish capping that before moving them down here. Simply falling back his servitor and would have bought him the time that he needed to do that. Meanwhile, oh, this is looking very bad for IceDevJoe. The tactical marines are moving in at the moment. He only has his squad of scout marines out there. He's building his chapel barracks, but it's unlikely that those scouts are going to last long enough to let that finish. Those tactical marines are going to finish off that scout and move in and probably start attacking that servitor. And if they kill that servitor before he finishes building that chapel barracks, IceDevJoe is just not... yeah, that servitor is down. His other servitor is up on the hill here. It could come around and try to finish that, but it's unlikely that it would be able to survive long enough to finish, given the firepower from those tactical marines. This could actually end up being a quick loss for IceDevJoe here. He does not have the ability to finish building that barracks, and cranking out scouts is not going to be enough to take down those tactical marines. Hate to say it, but this looks like it is probably going to be a GG here. This is just not really a surmountable position for a player to get into. Out of respect for IceDevJoe, we'll stick with it as long as he's willing to keep going with it, but this looks like it's already over. Perhaps the shortest match we've seen thus far. Wow. So it is of course sad to see a player go down this quickly, and of course it's always frustrating for the player to have this happen. They of course want to have their best showing, so to have something like this happen, to have an early squad come over and completely dismantle the base is just absolutely infuriating and frustrating at the same time. Yeah, we see how fast those scout marines are falling to the firepower of those tactical marines. There's just really no contest here. In order to have held up, he needed to have already had that chapel barracks down, and either his own squad of tacticals or perhaps a bolter turret going down. He is building another squad of scout marines, but this is going to be pretty futile for him. That chapel barracks is going to get completely destroyed here shortly. Yeah, that servitor could be coming down to do something here, but or indeed he's actually got enough requisition that he could start building a chapel barracks even up here. Now he's got the listening post down. Doesn't appear that that seems to be on his radar. It is something to do, though. Yeah, it's looking like this is probably going to end shortly. And indeed, there's a second squad of attack teams coming in. If I've ever got to call this for the computer, they're definitely going to be overwhelming here. I'd expect to see the GG from IceDevJoe here any moment. The really unfortunate thing about matches that are this hamstrung is also the fact that they are just there's not much you can learn from them. They're so short that there's not really anything useful you can garner from them aside from, again, you really have to get your buildings down quickly. Not getting them down is going to be a detrimental thing to your overall build. We might see perhaps the Scout Marines coming out to run flak for that servitor to finish building, but he needs to be moving in right now to do that if he's going to do that. Even then, that Chapel Barracks probably is not going to last long enough to get a squad of Marines out. And right there we do have the GG from IceDevJoe. This match is done, but again, you do not need to win or even have necessarily a strong showing in these qualifiers. These really are just to see where your skill level is at, so there really is no winning or losing in them. It's just figuring out where you fall into the tournament structure. So again, congratulations to IceDevJoe for finishing up his qualifiers, and we will hopefully get the conclusion for all the qualifiers together shortly and have that out for all of you to view. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to hear the dates for the actual tournament.